Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together and make some noise for the bride and groom, Mr. and Mrs. Mike and Rasha.
People like all the family over there, I love y'all. Then my favorite English teacher over there, I don't know where he went, but he's my favorite, Mr. Mangana. My girl. And you got Sam Jones right there, that's my girl. Yeah. It's either I'm gonna be your wingman, you're gonna be my wingman, or we're not gonna get married. But we'll still be best friends. Yeah.
And Louis Vuitton, honey. She took me to the Louis Vuitton store on Geary Street, honey. And we walked out of there with a couple of purses, okay? And that was amazing. If you want to know how to get a good lady, not just a lady, you want a good lady, right? Yeah. Look no further than Mike. Because I have seen him over the years. I have seen them together face so much adversity. I've just seen the times and the way he treats her, the way he loves her, the way he honors her. He honors her, guys. We need more of that. Come on, baby!
You may have noticed that the entire wedding party consisted of Mike and Rasha's offspring, so I thought it would be nice to give them a shout out and remind them how much Conrad and I love them and have missed watching them grow up. Here's to your futures. May all your dreams come true, and just remember, it takes a lot of hard work and dedication to achieve the type of success and financial freedom that you're going to need in order to support your parents in the way that they are very soon going to expect from each of you. I'm confident that you will each rise to the challenge. I also have to give a shout out to these tables over here. I don't know who's taking care of the patients tonight, but half of the sonographers in Northern California are sitting right here.
Hey babe, can you play that song I like?
What? This one?
Nah, you know that funky one?
Oh, this one.
Baby, play that funky beat. Take it back to 83. There's no place I'd rather be than with you. So get up off your feet. Don't and me. And we feeling like we are so deep in love. That's the feeling, it's amazing, just my luck. The only feeling that I'm craving is your touch. It's like we met in a past life. You can have it all if you ask right. You and mama really come real tight. That's family things. I wanna buy you all the finer things, like diamond rings. I wanna take you on a trip.
Holy crap, holy crap, holy crap. I'm so sorry. Where the hell was I? Holy crap. Shit. Okay. Sorry. Okay, back to me. Rasha and I met in 2013 when we worked together in the world-famous tourist destination just outside of Benicia, known as Vallejo. Rasha and I had one of those special connections from the very beginning. If you've ever met someone and you had instant chemistry and you thought to yourself, wow, this is a pretty okay human, that's what I felt when I met Rasha, and we've been besties ever since. I'm sure several people in this room are thinking to themselves right about now, who the hell is this dude? And I thought I was her bestie. I've got 3 words for you. Neener, neener, neener. It wasn't long before we met each other's families and started hanging out. As I said, these two had been dating for a year, and everyone here who knows Rasha and Mike even a little bit, you know the Brady Bunch had nothing over on these people. Soon, we were part of their family, and Rasha and Mike and their amazing kids were part of ours.
All I got for Christmas was this nasty virus.
Bite me.
Unfortunately, not all friendships are perfect, and eventually they started just expecting us to babysit for long periods of time. Something about it takes a village or some shit like that. The pressure was too much, and it ultimately forced me to move my family out of California. Okay, none of that is true, but it sounded hilarious when I wrote it. Conrad and I traveled to Europe with Mike and Rasha in 2018 and were treated to the most amazing tour of the French Riviera, Monaco, and parts of Italy by none other than the best tour guide Europe has to offer, Rasha's mom, Karen. Until you've tried to follow this woman on foot through a cobblestone street in Italy, you have not been on a proper hike. She was truly the most charming and knowledgeable hostess, inviting us into her home and sharing food and wine each evening as we gazed out from her balcony at the rich people's yachts. She is also multilingual, and more importantly, knows exactly where the few drinkable coffee shops are in all of France. Karen, Conrado y yo te amamos y te apreciamos más de lo que te imaginas, y estamos muy agradecidos por el tiempo que pasamos contigo. Y para ustedes gringos aquí no hablan español, permítanme traducir.
If there's any non-Latinos in the room, what I just said was, Conrad and I love you more than, and appreciate you more than you know, and we are so grateful for the time we can spend with you. I was going to say the same thing en français, but my French is a little rusty. Karen, comment je fais? Gracias. That was French.
In 2017, my husband Conrad and I were legally married on our 15-year anniversary. I doubt many people in this room know this, but Rasha stood up with me at my wedding. She insisted on being there, even though it was a small courthouse ceremony. As we stood there together, taking our vows, Conrad's mom Rosario was by his side, and Rasha was by mine. That afternoon, we took her back to our house, sipped champagne, and watched the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Judging by her reaction as she watched that movie, I wouldn't be surprised if she's not fully recovered to this day.
What's happening right now?
A few days later, we had a huge party at our home surrounded by our incredible neighbors, friends, families, and extended families. Conrad and I cherish the memories of that time in our lives, and Mike and Rasha were a major part of that. This year, Conrad and I will celebrate our 23rd year anniversary.
We're unstoppable. Let's go, let's go. Unstoppable, let's go, let's go. We're unstoppable.
I mentioned that I met Rasha while working at Kaiser Permanente. You may have heard of it? Anybody? No? I thought I saw some familiar faces. Kaiser loves when you mention their brand on YouTube. You might even get a letter thanking you. I had just recently been through a career change after it was decided that I probably wasn't cut out to be a nightly news anchor.
This is an exclusive report that you will only see here on KQMED-RX Nightly News.
I was hired for the role of lead ultrasound tech, so the day we met, I was Rasha's supervisor.
And the boys, this is the boy over here, and this is the one with the penis, so.
A little over a year later, I was promoted into management for what would turn out to be a short-lived, albeit eye-opening chapter in my career. The reason I bring this up is because one of the first things the director of radiology told me when I was promoted was that there was an expectation that I would no longer socialize with anyone who reported to me, which meant every employee in the radiology department, and in fact, any hospital employee who was not management, any and all engagement outside of the manager-employee relationship, including outside of work, was to come to an end. Period. He emphasized this to me because he knew Rasha and I were friends.
Surprise.
Everyone knew Rasha and I were friends.
So let that sink in for just a second. I struggled with that for a while. One evening, Conrad and I invited Mike and Rasha to dinner. And I explained to them what my boss had told me about not hanging out with any non-management workers socially, which of course included her. And I will never forget the look on her face.
And it was tough. But she needed to know Kaiser's policy and she needed to understand my position. So, I told her. I took a long, nourishing sip from my Grand Manhattan. And I told her, by the way, that's 1.5 ounces of bourbon, half an ounce of Grand Marnier, half an ounce of sweet vermouth, 3 dashes of Angostura bitters, 3 brandy cherries, and an orange peel. My God, that's some good shit. The bartender at Jack's used to have one waiting for me on Fridays at 5. Bourbon and nachos, baby. Damn. Todo está bien en el universo. Anyways, where was I? Oh yeah. I told her that our friendship was more important to me than any job, and I didn't give a rat's ass what Kaiser's expectations were on the issue. Nothing between the four of us at that table that night was about to change.
Everyone knew that Rasha and I were friends.
never forget their reactions when I told them that, and that is why I love them so much. When Rasha says she loves you, it's genuine and you know it. And when Mike tolerates Rasha's friends because they're Rasha's friends, it's genuine and you know it. Mike and Rasha both have a way of making their friends and family feel special, important, necessary, and appreciated, all while dealing with their own chaotic lives and issues. And believe me, those people right over there, they've got a lot of issues. But I digress. Mikey. I know what you both went through before you found each other. I know about the external pressures you've dealt with throughout your relationship. I know that together, you've worked so incredibly hard to create the life that you have now. And I know that you deserve every giddy moment that you two will share with each other till the zombie apocalypse.
I'm surprised we didn't even die.
Everyone in this room knows that this is what you have been searching for all along. It's all you ever really wanted, and I don't know of a more deserving couple. So, as we raise our Grand Manhattans,
take a second and feel the love that's around you in this room. And from now on, we all know that this is yours forever. Congratulations.
Mother of God and all that is holy, I thought that would never end.
Don't even think about using this picture.
Oh, lighten up, Skippy.
I'm sure you noticed I was the ring bearer, and I smashed it, I must say.
You pranced down the aisle when your daddy whistled. Strong work, Hercules.
Well, at least I get out of the house. I'll bet you've never even been on an aeroplane.
Oh, hell no. I don't even get in the car without drawing blood.
You don't know what you're missing. The world is full of culture. So many things to see and do. So many things to sniff and so many things to piss on. It's absolutely tantalizing.
You are so full of yourself. I almost coughed up a hairball. What is that thing your mommy wrapped around your neck?
It's called a harness. I make Mummy and Daddy put it on me to protect other dogs. I've been known to react impetuously to canine stimuli.
Oh, for the love of God, you are so full of crap. You're gonna end up in a stroller with some old woman pushing your toothless carcass around.
I don't understand the hostility. Yolanda, or is it Priscilla?
You're like
Must
literally
you be
3
so
inches tall and you think you're
contemptuous?
Godzilla.
All
One
I
of these
did
days, a
was
badass
suggest you
Siamese is gonna
explore
scratch your
something
eyes out.
outside that ridiculous box you hibernate
I'll
in.
show you a box, you little gnome.